car. This is Roy back again. This is some serious stuff here. Permanent magnetic generator. Let's get into details, guys. So, wheel turning. Just turning it with electric motor. I found out about a washing machine on the side of the road. And I got a good mount. And I figured out how to take some single phase. Take 3-phase, put it in the single phase. And use capacitors to change the fields, to drag the field a little bit. And what we have is a washing machine motor turning the wheel. For now, guys, it's just for now. It's not like the Ed thing, but it's for now. And what we're going to do here is we're going to work on studying about coils and coils around the wheel, like Ed talks about in his magnetic current. This is one coil that I'm experimenting with, and this is a 5/8 shaft, threaded shaft. It's a bolt. Bolts on the end. So I got it to where it comes by the magnet. You guys see that? Let me see. The magnet goes by the bolt. And when it breaks the contact, it throws the charge out of the bolt into the coil, back out to here. Now I want to show you what I've got here. This is a full bridge rectifier. And I got this hooked up to a capacitor. There's a couple capacitors I've been trying to work with. And this one I want to try because this one is a 2.7 capacitor volts. But it's 500 farads. Is that crazy, guys? 500 farads. That is capacitance out the craziness. That means you have a lot of working power, amperage. So what I'm going to teach myself here, and you know what, you guys can learn through the process because I don't know anybody else doing this, but we're going to make a permanent magnetic generator out of this wheel. Maybe like Ed did, who knows. I'm not being Ed, so this is Ed inspired me. I'm going to take his magnetic current. I'm going to go ahead and apply what he's talking about here. And here's a bridge rectifier. We're coming out of the bridge rectifier into the capacitor, out of the capacitor into the voltmeter. So the voltmeter, that's a 2.7 volts max for a 500 farads. We're only at 0.250. So let's go ahead and fire this back up and let's see the capacitance. You guys got a view there? Let's see. You got a view. I want you a good view of that and a good view of the wheel. Let's just go with there. All right. Now, the other study on this is this coil here is not made out of soft iron, okay? And I find that soft iron has a great, more magnetism attraction versus the bolt. And you can see that there's a straw. I recharged these magnets. I stripped off all the copper. And I said to myself, wow, let's go ahead. Let's get real. Let's go ahead and use the magnets. Let's put, like Ed says, imagine coils all the way around the wheel. You'd be making all electricity for yourself. So let's go ahead and do that. So right here, I think we're getting like, when I just bought a RPM gauge and a Gauss gauge. So we'll be able to tell the strength of the magnets and how to increase them. And then we'll also be able to tell the RPMs that we're going. So right now I'm using a Variac, the guy right there. And we're able to control the speed, but it's not doing so well with the motor that I have. So I went and ordered another motor, AC motor, 110, geared. And we'll see what that does. But basically for this one right now, we're working off the magnets, working off making a home generator, permanent magnet generator. And this is a phenomenal. This is these magnets are great. And I have them charged up really good. And right now you can see that they got a lot of traction and sucking the 3/4 washer. But the study here is, tonight I'm gonna build out of this. I'm gonna make this is the center core, along with those washers. I guess what we'll do, and we'll use the washers for the for the spool. We'll wrap the same amount. This wire gauge here is magnetic, and it's 18 gauge wire. Let's go ahead. I guess also what I'll do is, it's hard to do all this with one hand, but right now we are not hooked up on the voltmeter. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and hook it up to the we'll go ahead and hook it up to what's being produced in DC through the bridge rectifier in general, and then we'll go ahead and we'll change that to go over to the capacitor and see what's being stored in the capacitor. Because remember, guys, it's all about the capacitance. So right now I'm over here, I'm monkeying around. I'm at the bridge rectifier, and I got the leads off. So I'm going to go ahead. Right here is your AC inputs, okay? And tell you the truth, positive, negative, I haven't checked which one was, but I just hooked them up. I may be wrong here, and I have to check them, and I may be getting more product out of the coil I got. But right now, it is what it is, because I'm rolling tape, guys. So anyway, we're gonna take this, and let's run it off directly off of without the capacitors. So I guess let's go ahead and get the wheel turning. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a wheel action. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and we're going to turn the variac down low. We'll get the wheel started. Okay, I'm the start capacitor for the wheel. And let's go ahead and go back to this bridge rectifier. You can see the wheels turning. Bridge rectifier right here. Okay. I don't want the wheel to turn too fast. So right out of the wheel right now, we have, let's look at the voltmeter. We have half a volt shooting right now. I guess is coming out of there, half a volt. And if I didn't have that capacitor hooked up there, I'm sure it would already be over a volt. Okay, guys? You can see it fluctuating on the voltmeter. Let me go up in speed and see what that does. Yeah, it went up in 0.5, 0.6. You see it climbing. And you can see that the wheel has got some good speed to it. Let's go ahead and turn it down a little bit. Okay. Tell me that's not a lot of mass turning, guys. A lot of magnets right there. Woo! NASCAR. So, Johnson, what am I showing? Showing I got the wheel turning, and we're going to experiment how to make a permanent magnet generator. And on top of that, we're going to get into Tesla's with what he's got with his home-built man versus static machine. Then we're going to get into it with the St. Vincent. Let's go ahead and add static through materials, through matter. And that's the the Wimshurst machine. And we're at the Vandenberg. But the other Vanda one, it pretty much has a higher voltage, less current. The Wimshurst has more current, less voltage. And Wilhelm Reich is my kind of like guru, so we're going to use him on trying to get the matter, the material through the matter. So there you go. You got the wheel turning good smooth. Now let's go ahead and touch the capacitor. Well, we're not even going to touch it because I need some free hands here. We're going to go ahead and one side's a capacitor, the other side's a capacitor. Let's get my hands free. Alright, so what you got here, hello guys, what you got here is a wheel spinning at good speed. Okay, and then you got a bridge rectifier hooked up to the voltmeter, hooked up to a 500 farad capacitor at 2.7 volts. And right now I got them hooked up opposite, so you can see the negative. I got my volt, but I'm at 0.264. Let's go ahead and speed up the wheel. Let's turn it up a little bit. Let's see what we get built up and charged now. This ain't the voltage coming in, this is the charge going into the capacitor. So now she changes from 3 to 4, and that's what it usually does. Okay, and we're going to build up speed here in the wheel. Speed has a lot to do with this. Well, everything just fell apart on the bridge rectifier, but I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to take the capacitor off. And this is the volts coming in. We're running at good speed right now at 1.2 volts for 1. Imagine 24, I'd be at over 24 volts. We're already at 12, 13. Well, actually, we're at 1.3, I mean. I'm going to slow down the variac a little bit to get that wheel to... Needs to be balanced out as we're dealing with higher speeds now. So that's one coil. That's 1.3 volts is pushing out. Like I said, it's nice to see someone making a permanent magnetic generator, and it's cool to see one coil. But I think with the iron, the full iron, it's going to even be better. So be patient, guys, because if you're questioning why am I doing this, this is cool stuff. I want to teach you guys, because I don't know, on how to make a permanent magnetic generator at home. I mean, you can't get these magnets, but heck, guys, you know what you could do is formulate a wheel on your own and go ahead and use the neodymiums. Yeah. And there you go. And then we're going to do a test also. We're going to put, I ordered a bunch of them, and we're going to put them on front of these.